Thabyay pinလေးတွေစိုက်ပျိုးပြီးသူရဲကောင်းတို့ရဲ့အောင်ပွဲနဲ့အပြန်ခီးကိုပြည်သူတွေရင်ခုန်စွာစောင့်ကြိုနေလိမ့်မယ်
Have you ever seen a nation held for 50 years through force and isolation, living in fear? Have you ever stopped to wonder what would lead to search? Silence won't bring answers, their voices must be heard. Send the wind, send the wind. Send the wind, oh, carry it on the wind.
And one online. Wait, we are trying to, there is a problem. I try again. Yeah, I mean, that one. Hello? This one is better. Not really. Yeah, I will do without microphone. Yes, cannot do. Heroes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, test 1, 2. There is a
No.
That's right. Hello. Hello.
But she stayed in order to, it's okay. She stayed in order to,
Cannot hear.
she stayed in order to be able to get the medicine and the food in for not just her husband, but all the political prisoners all share the medicines. So this is just the film team. So we just wanted to honor them. And I'm so honored that Susanna, you know, she's very busy, but she's taken a lot of time out for these screenings. And I wanted to just explain that she also has a school. She's also been connected with Joy House, as has Thet Swe Win and Larse, and she's teaching now IDP and migrant children in Popra. And they need support. So if anybody's interested, please, you know, contact me. And they have those coffee paintings that you saw. She's teaching them the coffee paintings and they're selling it and they need that support. And our cameraman, Saija Kai, is also a painter. So a lot of his paintings are featured in the film. And the musicians, the poets that all, you know, I want to just honor them all because they're all living a very difficult life in Mesot and other parts of the border. Some are still in the jungle and they all shared their work. And some of them got to come to the event in Mesot and they felt so empowered that they had agency, that their art, that, you know, revolution is not just from the barrel of a gun. It's from those incredible images that you saw and that soulful music that you heard and the poetry that lifts the spirit. So I just wanted to thank everybody, and I'm going to hand over to Thet Swe Win and then No Susanna. No Susanna, normally we start with No Susanna first because she's a woman, second because she's a senior leader to Thet Swe Win, but he has to go to the airport. So No Susanna, if it's okay. Yadi, no? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, No Susanna. She's relinquishing to her younger brother.
Thank you so much for giving me the chance. I just want to say a few words that this film is like about a reflection of our 5 years journey. And we came to the jungle that we thought it would just take a few months for us to go back home. But it already taken 5 years, and we're still not sure when we will be able to go back home. But what I am sure is that we are on the right track. We did mistakes. I also did mistakes, many mistakes, and we learn from it. We grow from learning this mistake. We make a better choice. We make a better pathway for our future. And including me and as an individual and also as a whole revolution, we are learning by doing. We are learning from our mistakes. That is very important. And what I'm sure is that we are still on the right track of our revolution. And the SAC, the Burmese military, this is the weakest time of the Burmese military, throughout the whole history of of its founding. That they are losing everywhere, every battle, especially morality of the Burmese soldiers. That they are not human, and like just 3 days ago, that at the full moon day, that while some several civilians are gathering for the Lantern Festival, then they came by the paramotor and gyrocopter and dropped 2 bombs into the crowd, and 40 people died just 3 days ago while people are doing their religious ceremony. They didn't do anything wrong. They just putting up the lights and praying something good for the country, but they were killed inhumanely. It's happening everywhere. I cannot imagine, like, how many people will be killed today. People got killed every day, every single day. And the resistance is still there, regardless of like oppressions that they are facing. And Burmese revolution, our supreme revolution, we started without anything. We had nothing at the time when we started, and we fought back with whatever we have to this oppression. And we are winning time and time, and we still keep winning. But as we see, they got a lot of support from the countries like Russia and China, and also some other countries like India. And they have a lot of funding and support. Like the tyrants are joining hand in hand. But our people, we the people, we are still not united yet. And we need the support of the war. And also the war still need our support as well, like in solidarity. The Burmese people who are getting oppressed by the military and tyrant, and we also have to support the global situation, like what is happening in Gaza. Like the humanity should unite the people in the war these days. So we are seeing the global, the downfall of democracy, and all the dictators winning everywhere, including the US. So we have to unite. We have to, build up our own narrative to fight it back. And our battle is not just Burmese people battle. This is the struggle of the people who against the oppression by the dictators. We have to find a way to unite all the oppressed people in the war to fight back. That is very important, and I believe that Burmese people are ready to join this battle too. Even though we are severely attacked and oppressed by the very brutal regime, but we are there in solidarity. And last but not least, the Burmese military is organizing a sham elections in December, and series of elections that they are organizing. They are just trying to legitimate themselves. That when we talk about elections, that is very attractive, international community thinking that, okay, that is a democratic way of, transition, and then the elections is the only pathway to democracy and etc. That is a trap. Please don't fall for it, and please also raise your voices to account for it as well. These elections will only bring more oppressions and more severity in the country, and they are just only trying to legitimize themselves by using the way of elections. And all of their elections laws and regulations are also not unfair, and many of the political prisoners are still behind the bars. So please be aware that wherever you hear about the Burmese elections, and that is just something that military generals are trying to hold the power back for them. So the only thing you have to do is like just to support the revolution. And our revolution, we have a lot of flaws, we have a lot of problems, but one thing is that we are still united, we are still determined to fight back, to take down the military, even though we are slower than as we expected. But we are still on the right direction, we are still on the right track. And at the end of the day, we must win. And also by joining the international friends and community, we will win all together. Thank you. And I got a message from our friend Mang Phong. He sent a message for this film. It's in Burmese, and I will read it in Burmese, and Jenny will read it in English. ဒီရုပ်ရှင်ကကျွန်တော်တို့ဘယ်လိုစူးစမ်းခဲ့ကြလဲဆိုတဲ့သမိုင်းသက်သေတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်။နောက်10နှစ်လောက်ကြာမှာဒီစူးစမ်းမှုတွေအရာထင်လာဖို့လည်းမျှော်လင့်ပါတယ်။တော်လှန်ရေးဆိုတာမြေအောက်ရေလိုလျှို့ဝှက်တူသိပ်စွာတိတ်တိတ်ကလေးစီးပင်းရတာဖြစ်ပြီးတစ်ချိန်ကျရင်တော့ရေတံခွန်လိုအလှပကိုပြည်သူတွေခံစားစေနိုင်မှုဖြစ်ပါတယ် မောင်ဖောက်ကပို့လာတာပါ
So we want to represent everyone, even though they can't be here for obvious security reasons on Zoom. But Maung Sung Ka wants his voice to be heard, and his colleagues, some of whom might be watching the live stream. He wrote, "This film stands as historical evidence of our sacrifice and struggle. We hope that in about 10 years, our efforts and everything we've given will begin to bear fruit. A revolution is like underground water, flowing quietly, hidden and restrained. But when its time comes, it will surge forth powerfully, inviting the people, all of the people, to be embraced by its beauty." So we're going to segue to North Susanna Lalaso. Thet Swe Win has to dash to the airport. So thank you so much, Kotek.
Bye, Thet Swe Win. Okay, can you hear me? Hello.
We
Okay.
hear you, Susanna. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So thanks all of you for time this evening. And I think this is the movie that I watched maybe 4 or 5 times already. Whenever I see this movie, I really, move, exciting, because this is the real life. And Jenny come and visit my place, and she followed me like about 3 years, and I almost, become a sister family with the crew team. And finally, now it's in front of you. So thank you very much, Jenny, and the crew team who make an excellent job for this documentary. And before I talk about this documentary, I would like to rewind last 10 years ago. I also watched a movie directed by Jeanne in Yangon, 2015. At that time, our Myanmar people are full of hope. And it is like between President Thet Swe and NLD government. And the country is under the military rule over 60 years, and then start opening. And then the whole country is full of hope. And Thet Swe government open for, international human rights film festival. So the Yangon city is full of international directors and famous directors, celebrities. And then we also ran to cinema and watch the movies. And it is like the world standard awarded documentary film festival. And among them, I never forget one of the film. It is called This Kind of Love. It is directed by Jeanne and about Aung Myo Me. He is now served as a Minister of Human Rights of NUG. And like this time, we crying, and then we embrace each other. And then at the time, Aung Myo Me was exiled, and then he came back to his film, and then he is waiting for his, citizenship, but not at the time, not yet. And then we all are excited. And then we think, oh, our country new era is coming. We have a lot of, struggle, but we sure that the next generation will be very, they will embrace the democracy. But 2021, the coup destroyed all of our dreams again. As you see in the movie, all the people come out and then ask for the desire, but the military cracked down the uprising, and then they still killing the people now. They rape the children and girls and ladies. And as I'm the Minister of Women, Youth and Children, we have the record department, and then when we see the case are, it's really heartbreaking. Last year this year in early, March, I was, in New York for the UN Assembly, and I witnessed how the military brutally destroyed the lives of the people of Myanmar. Among them, they use rape as a weapons, as a license to, oppress the people, and they destroy their future. At that time, as our, record, the oldest women who was gun raped by the military is 84 years. It is very painful, it is very hard. But you don't believe your ears. Last 2 months ago, the military, the hunter soldier raped mother and daughter in the middle of Myanmar. Mother is 103 years. It's very old. And daughter is 64 years. It is recorded. And then I send this information to our UN representative in UN, and then he can, use this information for to update the world. So I hope that the world is not closing their eyes and then not shut their ears. They may hear our cry, our suffering, and then help us to, get our goal to our future federal democracy country, new chapter. And the Honda is planning to have a election we call fake election coming December. So I really worrisome. We know that many democracy countries, they don't accept it, but our neighbors are ready to help, and strong neighbor like India, they are helping, and China is so, and the ASEAN, they always divided among them, but we really do not know what their strong point. But this is the trap. This is we will be in the trap again, our country. So I really would like to point out that if you are in Mae Sao, Thailand, please look to the other side of the river. You can see very big and lighting buildings of, we call Shwekoko. That the buildings are very good. What for this building? It is the scam centers. They use the young people, traffic the young people all over the world, from British, from US, from Africa, and Southeast Asia, of course. And the people are there as a slave, and United States, they just they realize that billions of their citizens lost their money in these scam centers. Actually, this gang moved from Cambodia to Thai-Burma border area. It is becoming very big center, and then they use a lot of method to stalking the people and get the people, and then they steal the money from the banks, and they hack your account and so and so. The second point is, which country is the most drugs productive country? You may tell that Afghanistan. No, it is now Myanmar. Myanmar. Because, they find out media find out that very big drugs production in Kachin and the border of Kachin and Shan state. It is called Gangka village, but very big, and then controlled by the BGF, border guard force, and then they produce tons and tons of drugs there. 2021, maybe you follow the news. The person who called Tro Chi Loop was arrested in Netherlands, Amsterdam Schiphol airport. And then he is even the Canadian, but his business is in Gangka village. He control everything, and then he control the drugs market all over the world. And then we have the witness that the military use drugs. They give drugs to the soldier so that they don't have, normal thinking, and then they even, kill brutally, and then they rape the children and women. So this is now what happened in Myanmar. It's become the failed state, failed state. And actually, our country is most resourceful country in the region. Not only the jade, timbers, gas, forest, red art. We have the very resourceful human from our country. During the NLD time, we have many young generation who can compete the international standard in the music, arts, and also like movie market. So it's all gone now. No one can stay in the country because of, the oppression and of the, artists. And apart from that, conscription law, they recruit the young people to fight, and they give the drugs and the fight for them. So friends, please be our words that telling the truth to the world. Do not follow the fake election. We can be the good neighbor. We can be the very resourceful country and the people to the region and to the world. We are deserved for the freedom. We are deserved for the federal democracy. And I really hope that the world will be with us, and then be with us for our future generation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing the tragic experience, really, of what is happening in Myanmar and the horrible cases of rape of women of any age. I am opening the floor for 3 questions to Jenny or to the minister, whoever wants to ask or comment on the movie or any other question. Who does the first question? Okay, here one. Any other? Okay, let's start with.
Thank you. My name is Matt Maguire, and thank you so much for this evening and a wonderful film. It's just a quick question about a comment, please, on the power of art to cut through and to give us messages that that might not come through in other media. And I think that we understand the sort of the emotion and the empathy that art can carry, but I'd welcome your thoughts, your comment on that.
Okay, we are going to take 2 more questions. Courage. No one. Well, I will ask a question, Minister, for you. I mean, how you reconcile your artist life, which we have seen in the movie, with the reality you are confronted in your more official role, and how you deal with this contrast of, I suppose it's a big contrast and gap. So I would like you to share about this. And for Jeanne, what is your expectation now to show it where and what you plan? Have you thought to translate it in other languages, and what to do to keep Myanmar? This is for both of you. I mean, Junction is always trying to keep Myanmar on the public agenda, but I can tell it's an uphill battle. We do the updates and we see less people listening. Luckily, the exhibition are still very popular, but it is a struggle. So what can be done to intensify this effort of public education? Thank you very much to both. So the minister first, one moment, we switch. Okay, please.
For me, arts is not merely just for the, entertainment or leisure for the wealthy people. I believe that art is we can use for inspiring people and hope for the next generation. That's why I time to time visit to the the border area, and also even reach to the front line and teaching the young people the art with you can also see in the movie, and I really come to surprise is the young generation, the youth are very talented. I sometimes I can get only 2 to 3 months in a school, and then I teach them how to paint and the idea, but they can, they are talented. They become talented artists. And I also bring their painting to the international exhibition. And then they are really, bringing hope for them. And thanks to SEA Junction, you accept our exhibition time to time. If I'm not wrong, 2022, we have the deviant art that I was participated in that exhibition, and also my students. So thank you very much. And then I hope that you can do again for our students. And not only to the college and then schools along the Salween, I also visit to the front line, and then I teach the soldier the painting. And some of the soldiers are very talented, and then they also got the commission from the people. So I become the mediator. I order to them, and then they draw, and then they send to us, and then they get some, income, and then they really would like to become full-time artists. they said, oh, we can't wait to finish this war, and we will join you for the artists, for the art group. So at least we can bring hope, and we can give them inspiration through arts. Thank you very much.
Right now in the world. As Thet Swe Win alluded to, there's an ascent of extremism that is sweeping the world. And in the context of the geopolitical struggles that we see, the significance of the Ukraine war and Gaza and the ongoing slaughter of the genocide there, Myanmar does not have the same spotlight because it doesn't have the same global contextual significance. And certainly the country where I'm from in the United States it's been a very despairing year. In a very short period of time, we have literally seen a scorched earth policy on democracy in many of our institutions that have been developed over decades. And there's a kind of a overwhelming feeling that people get when you look at news, and a kind of psychological malaise that comes over you because you feel disempowered and you think it's all so insane. And so at this tidal wave of suffering and this tidal wave of hatred and this tidal wave of destruction that you wonder to yourself, well, what can I as an individual do? And I think that art answers that, because people don't really retain statistics of numbers of people killed or casualties or the number of political prisoners that are currently serving in Myanmar. That will vanish from your memory, but hopefully a painting that you saw tonight, you'll remember, or the music that you heard, it'll come back to you, because what that can do is it distills these profound feelings and that are a shared human experience of humanity. And it distills it and expresses it in a way that media, traditional media, doesn't. And, you know, so for centuries, since civilization's dawn, we've shared our humanity through storytelling, and arts are a form of storytelling. So I think that's why it's so powerful.
Someone? Yes, sure.
Yeah, I want to add to this that I feel that your film is exactly a work of art. It is a work of art. It took its time and it had a lot of emotion, and contrary to what a journalist's documentary normally is, running around, lots of guns and lots of action. This was such a powerful film, and it really makes the point that art has a stronger voice than many other vehicles to tell a story. It's a beautiful film. Thank you.
Well, I think these are the good words to end this event. For the minister, I should say we had full house today. A lot of people came. And for us at Sea Junction, we are very grateful to you. You have been a speaker also for a photo exhibition on women during the Spring Revolution and many other events. And for us, it's again you, the combination of art and activism and politics is very at the core of Sea Junction, because we have tried to link social issue and political issue, well, when we don't say it, but they are political, and of course, arts, exhibition, photo. So the field and your presence very much confirm our mission. We will try, in spite of the cuts, financial cuts. And as Jeanne was saying, the rising fascism in my own country, Italy, as well as many other countries. So it is, our space is becoming smaller and smaller, but for sure there are many that still try to expand the boundary, and we continue. We are committed to continue this effort, no matter what.
Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you again for being to us. Thank you to Jeanne. We have shown many movies from her, about rape in the Rohingya community, about Minister Mio. We had, I think you also spoke on that launch of the movie. We have had many of her movies, but this one I think is particularly close to Sea Junction because of the way it is done and the art activist. So thank you again for showing here. It's a pity it was not the premiere, but she had promised to Wen Robinson, so I cannot protest with her about that. So for all of you, please give a donation on your way out and enjoy the Burmese food that is outside so you can continue the conversation. But don't forget to donate first, because indeed donors are no more generous. So we have to do by ourselves. Thank you very much. Oh, and Minister, please wait. Her Excellency, please wait for a photograph with whom? With me and Jen. So we want to be in the photograph.
Thank you.